Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. Today, we are continuing our ongoing coverage of the civil war taking place inside the former state of Ethiopia. And today, we're going to start in the east of the ongoing operation. I'm going to try and not scroll in and scroll out. I'm remote today. I'm out in Seattle, Washington, as many of you know. But again, the Google Earth tends to fail on this laptop for some reason. So I'm going to try and hold off on doing a lot of maneuvering around the map. But anyway, we continue to see ongoing fighting taking place east of Mekelle. Just across the Tigray-Afar border, we have heard reports that Eritrean army units supported directly by Afar regional militias and Abiy loyalist forces are operating very close to Berhale and Abala, and may be massing additional Afar regional forces for an attempt to possibly move into the eastern Tigray region. So we we don't know for certain if that operation is going to take place. I think it would be a very large logistical nightmare for the Abiy loyalists and the Eritrean army to conduct large-scale operations in the Abala and Berhale area. And we're going to try and scroll back up here a little bit. But that is pretty much it. There continues to be fighting along the border areas of the Afar Tigray region with those Eritrean Afar forces possibly controlling Abala and Berhale, but they have not yet moved into the Tigray region. We do know that the Tigrayan Defense Forces have established very robust defensive positions east of Mekelle, east of Workgro, and are positioned to meet this possible advance by Eritrean and Afar Abiy loyalist forces into the Tigray region. Further to the north, and we'll kind of go counterclockwise, we'll start just north of Adigrat within the Zalambasa frontal zone. There were reports today, within the last 24 hours, that Tigrayan Defense Force air defense units have shot down a Eritrean aircraft. We don't know the make of the aircraft, the type of the aircraft, but it would appear that, and we've seen video evidence that the Tigrayan Defense Forces do possess and have been using man-portable surface-to-air missile systems for some time now, either imported from a third party that was able to assist the Tigray Defense Force in acquiring some of these systems, or most likely they were captured by the Tigrayan Defense Forces when they had previously invaded the northern Amhara region in that counter invasion after they evicted the despotic forces of Eritrea and Abiy loyalists from the Tigray region. As we know, they seized control of Dessie, Kombolcha. In all probability, in those ensuing battles, they were probably able to seize stockpiles of some of these systems that have since been able to shoot down some of these aircraft that we have seen. But right now, in terms of the northern front of operations, running from Shiraro all the way over towards Zalambasa, if you go from from west to east, right now the only real success that the Eritrean army is having in terms of being able to enter the Tigray region is within the area of Shiraro. We are still calling this area contested. We've received reports that the Eritrean army has occupied Shiraro, and we have also received reports that the Tigrayan Defense Forces are still resisting within the vicinity of Shiraro as well. We also can confirm well to the north of Shire, there continues to be fighting taking place near the shared border of Eritrea and Tigray. But right now, we have not really seen any major movements by the Eritrean army and Abiy loyalist forces in the north progressing in a manner that would show that they are right now threatening some major cities such as Shire, Axum, Adigrat. If you remember in the early campaign back in the late 2020, we saw these forces very rapidly seize control of cities such as Shire, Shiraro, Adigrat, and then eventually move south within 30 days, taking control or positioning themselves outside of Mekelle. Much more slowing of the tempo of operations right now by the Eritrean army. They are obviously running into very robust defenses put up by the Tigrayan Defense Forces. Not only that, but again, as we talked about many times before, the Tigrayan Defense Forces are fully mobilized and right now field an army well over 200,000 personnel. So much a different campaign this time if the intent of the Eritrean army and the Abiy loyalist army is to reoccupy Mekelle. Right now, that simply does not look like, at least at this point, does not look like an achievable goal considering the level of resistance that they are running into. Not only that, but the Tigray Defense Forces have proven and shown an offensive capability by penetrating very deeply into the Amhara region and continue to operate on the outskirts of Weldia and just to the east of Lalibela. But again, not a lot of offensive punch so far by the Eritrean army. Again, most of these northern cities are still under the control of the Tigrayan Defense Forces. The Eritrean army, the Abiy loyalist forces, again, as of today, the 26th of September, have not moved very far. And as they move into the Tigray region, they're facing more and more very robust counter operations by the Tigrayan Defense Forces. Additionally, in the south, just to the northeast of Debark, near Adi Arke, we continue to see the Tigrayan Defense Forces push a bit further south from Adi Arke. This town had gone back and forth, and then finally we know that Tigrayan Defense Forces enveloped the Abiy loyalist forces near Adi Arke and then have pushed them back towards Zarima and Debark. We know right now that forward elements of the Tigrayan Defense Forces have moved as far as Zarima, located in this area. But that pretty much does it in terms of our coverage for today. Just a quick something I want to talk about real quick. I'd come out here to Seattle on a business. I know a few of you have reached out to do lunch here in Seattle. My plan is to contact you guys who contacted me via email. I don't know how much time I'm going to have in terms of even being able to do lunch. Very, very busy out here. That's why I've been flown out here by the business. But I'm going to be very, very busy. In best case scenario, the only time I would have would be in the evening out here in Seattle. But yeah, it's been 30 years since I've been out here to Seattle, and was out here 30 years ago. It's obviously changed quite a bit, but a very, very beautiful city. I have to say that just had the opportunity to go out to San Francisco, and that is just a nightmare. But Seattle, it's seems to be holding up a lot better than San Francisco. So we'll see. But that's it for today. Again, thanks for joining us. As always, we really appreciate the viewership, the comments, and we'll have more very, very soon. And as always, have a good day.